Hello and welcome to Bella Healing Therapy, where we help raise people's consciousness through energy work with things such as Reiki, tarot, meditation, and other divinations. So if this is something that you're interested in, please hit like, comment, subscribe. Let me know that you're watching so that I can continue to make videos like so. And as always, take what flows and let the rest go. So today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading. And we have 3 different cards to choose from. We have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, the South Node, A Fiery Climax Approaches, Full Moon in Aries, and Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way, Full Moon in Leo. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths to get centered before we make our decision. Because your mind just wants to pick the one that it feels that is right, but let's ask your soul, your inner being, which card is really drawing you in. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Another deep breath in. Exhale out. One more deep breath in. And exhale out. With your eyes closed, ask Spirit to show you a yes. It might be a head nod, it might be a slight lean forward, and then ask to show you a no. It might be shaking your head no, it might be moving backwards. Kind of scan and sense your feelings in your body to see what a yes is and what a no is. That's something I like to do, to try and really sit with it and connect with my inner being to find the answer, but do whatever feels right to you. So go ahead, open your eyes, take a look at the cards again. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. And I will see you in your card selection. So I'm just going to start by reading a little bit from the guidebook on this card. It says, don't let your past hold you back, South Node. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card often comes as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if it's staying where you are feels easier and safer. Attuned to the moon affirmation is I release the past. Additional meanings of this card: a relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. So I think a lot of times in relationships, we kind of end up replaying the same situations over and over because there's something that needs to be healed in our mindset when it comes to our worthiness of what we should and shouldn't receive in relationships. Also, when it comes to setting boundaries in relationships, not just for the other person, but for yourself. How much energy you're putting towards this other external thing rather than focusing in on yourself. So I know the card says to let go and to possibly let go of yourself, but I think that means letting go of your grasp, like your control on things, and really just surrendering to the divine and rewriting your future so that you don't keep living the same mistakes over and over. So start focusing more on what you want out of your relationships. And that could be with work, it could be with your home life, it could be in romantic relationships. It's about really changing your mindset to achieve and create the life that you want based on your future wants and needs, based off of the contrast that you've learned in the past. So not reliving those situations again, but instead using it as fuel to your fire to create the future that you really do want. So let's pull a couple more cards. We'll pull some from the Crystal Angels Oracle deck. Spirit. Thank you. So we have Charite, I think. Spiritual protection. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. So I think what Spirit wants you to know is that as much as you would like to control the situation, there's higher beings and a spiritual team that knows what's better for you and is kind of guiding you into the direction that you need to go. Maybe not the one that you really want to go into, but something that's in your highest and greatest good for you and the other people involved. So just know that if things aren't working out the way that you want them to, that there is something greater coming from this destruction, from this breakdown that might be happening. There might be something better that you can't even think about or that you can't even envision right now, because you're just stuck in trying to hold on to something that isn't serving you in this moment. You know, it always serves you because you learn the lesson, but how much do you need to learn this lesson over and over again until you can finally let it go? And I know, because I've struggled with this in my personal relationships as well, and sometimes you think that you're getting better and better, which you are, but then things come up again and it's like, well, crap, how did that happen? I thought I was good. And it's like, okay, well, that kind of swept the rug from underneath me, but I'm going to take it and I'm going to surrender. I am going to stick with my manifestations of what I do want and know that the law of attraction is going to bring that to me. And something in my vibrational vortex and my inner being didn't want whatever was going on. It could just be temporarily, it could be a break, it could be cutting things off. Whatever it is, it just wasn't at your vibrational level at that point in time or in this point in time. So keep working on yourself and raising your vibration and being 100% on what it is that you want, and don't settle for anything less than that, and make sure that you are holding yourself to those own standards as well, so that way when you meet your divine counterpart or your job or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you'll be at the same vibrational frequency at that, so you'll be a perfect match rather than out of balance. And sometimes you will get in and out of balance, but it's all about coming back into alignment. So ask your guides, your spiritual team, your angels, whoever it is you connect with, to come in and help you to realign. And thank the contrast, thank all the hard times for showing you what you didn't want, so that you could remember who you are and what you do want. So I think maybe, should we pull more cards, Spirit? No, okay. I think we're good here. I hope that this message finds you well and that it resonates with you. And if you want to book a private reading or a private healing session, you can visit my website at www.bellahealingtherapy.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. So now we have card number 2, a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So I'm just going to start by reading a little bit from the guidebook here. As soon as I find it, there we go. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that, and on some level you've created the situation yourself. which means you can create a way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Attune to the moon affirmation. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Additional meanings for this card. Being assertive is good, just don't ride rugged over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this card could be the issue. You need to have more fun. Well, that one is a little harsh, for sure. But I think that kind of goes with how your personality or your energy has been a little bit lately. Maybe it's a little harsh or a little cutthroat or a little like blamey. So instead of taking ownership for your own actions and your own wrongdoings in the situation, you're focusing on what the other person or people have done to you. Now this could also be in romance or in finance or in home life or work. I think it's just kind of coming back to yourself and seeing how you could have done differently in the situation, or how your words and your thoughts and your actions have shifted this into a direction that you possibly didn't want. And I know that's kind of hard to see sometimes, especially when you want something so badly and you feel justified in everything that you've done. But sometimes it takes like separating or coming back, pulling away from the situation to see the outer perspective, to see the other person's perspective, so that you can kind of have compassion for them or the thing, whatever it is, so that you can see some ways that you could change a little bit to redirect the situation into the positive flow, into the way that you want it to go, to try and create a better outcome by easing up a little bit and having compassion for the other people, having compassion for yourself as well. And just like pile one, it's just kind of letting go of control, allowing the universe to provide for you and just receive rather than push, trying to force something to happen. It's like stepping back and allowing the attraction, the magnetism, pull it in for you. Now, we do want to set goals and be ambitious and take action steps, but it's more about aligned action steps. And once we get into that place where we have forgiveness and compassion, and we notice the things that we could have done a little bit differently, it opens us up and becomes more susceptible to achieving all the things that we want without any kind of resistance, any kind of blockage. So it's about allowing things to flow to you rather than pushing so hard against it. It's like going upstream versus going downstream. So just go with the flow, ride the wave, set your intentions, be productive, but come from a centered place. Now I'm going to pull one more card from the Crystal Angels Oracle deck. Thank you. So we have Smoky Quartz, clearing negativity, release negativity from within and around you. So yeah, once again, that's clearing away any toxicity and negativity that's been holding you back. And that is the negativity within yourself, but also the negativity that surrounds you. So you really want to make sure that you're clearing your energy in these moments, in this time. So say if like you have a job and things aren't going the way you want and you feel stressed out and you come home and you feel like it's just heavy and like you just want to go to bed and you just want to like go into your comfort zone and do things that make you feel better, like eating or watching TV or drinking or whatever it is that like your vice could possibly be. Instead of just going straight into that mode, try cleansing yourself first, like going on a walk, going outside, connecting with energy from trees and the clouds and the sun and the water, like whatever it is that brings you stillness and peace and clearing you're going to want to do. I personally am a big fan of salt baths. I take them all the time, and if you don't have a bathtub, you can just take sea salt and rub it down your body and ask for the energy to be cleared and to be transmuted into positive love and light energy, going down in a downwards motion from the top to the bottom. And then all that energy goes away with the salt and the water down the drain to be transmuted. So you're clearing yourself, you're clearing the space around you, and you're also bringing stillness and peace and comfort to your body, your mind, and your spirit. You can also use sage, Palo Santo, things like that, whatever it is that you connect with. Everyone has their own different modalities, so just go with whatever is calling you. And even meditation or listening to frequency music or doing a hobby, a creative project, something to move the energy into something else that's more productive for you, that's more satisfying, that's more in alignment, will help you bring you back into alignment so that you're in this place of joy rather than anger, frustration, and disappointment. So raise your vibration, and then you'll be able to receive that flow of abundance, wealth, love, whatever it is that you're searching for. So I think that's all for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to book a private reading or a private healing session, I do them distantly or in person. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. You can visit my website at www.bellahealingtherapy.com. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. So last but not least, we have Don't Let Your Pride Get in Your Way, full moon in Leo. And I am just going to start by reading a little bit from the guidebook here. It says, don't let pride get in your way. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find balance between your own needs and the needs of people around you. This will help all of your relationships. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card. Self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed, works of magic. A friendship may be ending now. So I sense a lot of heaviness coming from this card. Almost like your ego has been hurt by someone. Like you're trying to heal your ego by doing things that are a bit egotistical rather than coming back to yourself and seeing the ego and being able to separate it. It's more like you're feeding it, and you're feeding it in a way that isn't quite beneficial for yourself or for other people. So come back to oneness, come back to connecting with spirit, come back to connecting with the people around you that you love, that love you. Go back to the community. It's kind of time to step outside of yourself and to step into the world around you. So instead of focusing so much on me, like the card said, I would try and focus your energy outwards. What can you do to help someone? What can you do to connect on a more heart-to-heart level with other people? And if you can't think of anything right now in the moment, you can set the intention that spirit comes through and shows you a way that you can be more of a help to the community, how you can give back to others And you might feel in the moment, you're like, what do I have to give to other people? Like, I'm hurt right now and I am struggling and I don't know what I can do to make myself better. How am I supposed to make other people better? It's like the healer, the wounded healers kind of mentality. But what if you just think about it as not being a healer or not having to do this extravagant, huge thing? It's just by being yourself and being your kind, loving energy, giving advice to people, giving a compliment to people, being warm and loving towards strangers and people who might not even receive a wave or a hello on a day, or they might not even speak to anybody else. Allow yourself to share your energy with the world, your loving energy with the world. In the simplest ways or in bigger ways, whatever it is that spirit guides you to, listen to that and follow the hints, follow the trail. Go to where your heart feels like it's expanding rather than compressing the way that it has been through this pain and through this struggle. So focus on opening your heart, opening your energetic field to spread out, to clear yourself and to expand further into the community, into those around you, to your family, to your friends, strangers, maybe even on YouTube or social media, sharing what you have to give to the world instead of holding it back and waiting for the right moment. Allow yourself to spread your wings and to feel confident just by being your loving self, rather than for a specific reason of like what you look like or what you're doing or what you've achieved in life. It's more about your energy. So clear yourself, come back to yourself, and spread your love around. And you'll receive more love, and you'll receive more abundance, and you'll receive everything that you're searching for in a very effortless way. Giving back, yes, but in a way that's easy and feels good and it feels right and it doesn't feel difficult. I'm going to pull one more card from the Crystal Angels Oracle deck. So we have fluorite, natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you, naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. Well, I mean, that fits perfectly with what we were saying. So instead of trying to help your ego by like getting super dressed up and I love getting dressed up. I love getting my hair done. I love doing my makeup and wearing something nice. It makes me feel good. But don't do it for validation from other people. Do it to make yourself feel good and feel pretty and beautiful in your own skin and as you are. You don't need to change yourself. I know a lot of people will get Botox, lip injections, implants, liposuction, all of these things just to make themselves feel better by the validation they get from other people when they look at them. If you want to do all that stuff, go ahead. I am not holding it against you. I do not judge you. I've been there. I've done some things, it didn't work out for me, but that's a whole nother story. But either way, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, not for other people, but you're doing it for yourself because you want to feel good about yourself. And make sure that you're taking the time to do these activities to really love yourself before you do any of that too. Like, look in the mirror and tell yourself, like, I love you. I love your skin. I love your eyes. I love your lips, your hair. I love your shoulders, your collarbones, like your breasts, whatever it is that you find beautiful about yourself. Say it out loud. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. Thank you. And start focusing more on what brings you joy and happiness and beauty for yourself, and start to see that for yourself. And then you'll start to see that like all of your imperfections and your blemishes and the things that bother you so much start to fade away, or you just don't see them as much anymore. It's like our eyes show us things that our mind is trying to force us to look at. So instead of focusing on those negative thoughts of, oh, I'm ugly, or I have this pimple or this scar or whatever. Focus your thoughts on the positive aspects that you love about yourself, and everything else will just kind of wash away. You know, we all have our moments, and there's different things that come into our lives, hormones, relationships, you know. You just have to be okay with who you are all of the time. Even in those dark times, even in those painful times, even when you look like a bum or you can't get out of bed and you're depressed, like, don't be hard on yourself for that. Love yourself for those moments, and know that this is all bringing you more clarity, and at the end of this struggle, you are going to have so much more inner beauty that's going to be radiating outside of you, and so much more love for yourself that's also going to be radiating outside of you. So come back to your true self, who you are, and share that with the world. Share your beauty, share your love, share your grace. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to book a private reading or a private healing, I do them distant and in person. You can visit my website at www.bellahealingtherapy.com. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time.